have you ever gotten a fan, you get it all set with a thermostat, the exact temperature you want, you set the fan speed, the exact fan speed you want, and then your kids come in and mess up all the settings? That won't happen with this one. So this one has a child lock, so kiddos aren't gonna be able to do that. But welcome back to Tech Talk with Jeremy. Today we're gonna be reviewing this Antarctic Star Tower Fan. We thank Antarctic Star for collaborating with us on this video and sponsoring this video. We're gonna have a really good time just opening the box, getting into it, getting it set up, and then we're gonna test it out. But first we're gonna get in this box, so let's do that. Okay, so it does have a part on the top of this box that says cut the tape from here. So you're gonna wanna open it there. And what we have is a quick guide for base installation. All right, the pieces of the base are taped, so we're just gonna cut those really quick. That is looking good. And we got the black version. Have a couple different colors that we can get. We'll go over that a little bit later. It has this kind of cool handle for carrying it. Very cool. So we're gonna get the base all set up and then we'll get it on the stand and get it all set up. So I wanted to show you how to get the base set up. So you're gonna see on here that it is kind of crisscross. So what you have to do is you have to put it in like this first and then bring it down to get that crisscross pulls into where they should be. And then all you gotta do is push down and it snaps in just like that. So that is perfect. All right, so now what we gotta do is we've gotta feed this cord through the base. So you're gonna want the base facing the actual fan itself, and then you're gonna feed the cord through. All right, and then you wanna line these up with the bottom of the fan. It's gonna have these different kind of plastic tabs that you want to get lined up, and then you're going to turn it clockwise until you see there's a little white dot in here. I'm going to show you, and you want to see that white dot. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see. So that white dot there, you want to see it kind of pop up, and that's how you know that it is locked in place and ready to be used. All right. There it is in all of its glory. All right, so we're gonna get the batteries into the remote, we're gonna get it plugged in, and we're gonna start going through the different settings. All right, guys, so I wanted to go through some of the features that are in the settings on the fan itself. Now, this is gonna kind of live here. So we have a house that was built in the 80s in Colorado. So what that means is you have central heating, but you don't have central air. So we actually have a window AC in that room. This is gonna draw all that cold air into the kitchen and over to the living area. So we're really excited about that. So initially what you wanna do is you just power it on, and it's gonna remember the last time you turned it off, okay? So we had it on high, and it's gonna be on more of its normal mode. Now, speaking of modes, you can change it between the modes. You can do natural, which is going to kind of oscillate between like low and high. It's going to try to give you that feeling of being outside, if that makes sense. The next mode is going to be auto, and that's going to basically set the speed based off the ambient temperature in the room. And then you're going to have sleep. And what sleep's going to do is kind of cool. Like when you go to sleep, it will lower it like every 30 minutes down 1 up to 3 changes. So if you're at 6, it'll go to 5 after 30 minutes, 4 after 30 minutes, and then 3 right after 30 minutes. So that's a pretty cool feature because then it's not as loud, and so it's not going to wake you up as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go back to normal. The other thing I wanted to show you is how to change a fan speed. So you just click on that fan button. You can go from 1 all the way up to 6. We like it at 6. The feature that I talked about at the beginning of this video, if you hold down this fan, it's going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's going to be like L on the display. That means it's locked. So that means your kids can't go in and change anything because it's locked, okay? Now the secret is you have to hold that down again, and then it will unlock it for you. But that is the child lock, which is so awesome. Now, some other stuff on here, you do have the oscillating. So if you click that, it will oscillate 90 degrees back and forth. And then you have this timer as well. So you can go all the way up to 9 to set it for when you want it to turn off, which is pretty awesome when you think about it. Like if you lay down to sleep and you actually are someone that can sleep 8 hours, it gives you an hour to be able to fall asleep, and you're gonna have it on the whole time you sleep, right? Which is something that's pretty cool. Now, another thing that's awesome is the display will turn off after about 30 seconds, which is super cool. Now, on something else that's super cool, if you look back here, this is the place where you can actually store the remote. So you don't have to lose the remote, you just click it and then you put it right back. Something I love about that, such a cool feature. Now, I wanted to show you the remote a little bit. So on the remote, here you do have the oscillating. So you can click on that to oscillate. You have the timer. You can turn it down or up to change the fan speed with those. You can mute it so it won't make a noise when you change it. And then you can also turn off the displays, which is awesome when you're sleeping. You don't have to have that display on there. So those are different features between what's on the actual fan itself and also the remote. Let's get into some other cool stuff about this. So I don't know if you're like me, but whenever I have a fan, it seems to always get dusty on this thing. So I'm gonna show you how easy this is to clean, how easy it is to remove this back grill, and so you can see how you can clean it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Basically, you just have to get this screw undone. There we go. And then you just kind of push up and then pull out. And you can just rinse this in the sink, right? I mean, super easy to clean. You can take a vacuum cleaner and kind of clean these blades because, as you know, it's pulling air through it constantly, right? So it's gonna develop a lot of dust. So then you can just vacuum this off. And once this is dry, you can put this back on. Like so. And then just put that screw back in. Perfect. And again, of course, one of my favorite features, this little holding spot for the remote, right? So you never lose a remote. Just so awesome. So let's talk some more about the specs and then we'll close out this video. All right, guys, so let's talk about the Antarctic Star T36 bladeless oscillating fan, okay? The first thing I want to talk about when we get into the specs is just the design. I think that the space-saving design that it has is just fantastic. And the reason is, if you know, right? If you're using window AC units and you're trying to push that around into another room, oftentimes you're gonna have one of those ground fans that are super loud, that are in the doorway, and you have to step over that thing to get into the next room, right? With this, you could put it in the doorway and you could just walk right by it because the design is just perfect. It's 36 inches tall. It's only 12.28 inches wide and only 12.28 inches in depth. So as you can imagine, that's super easy to get around, right? And it's also super quiet. Those ones that go on the ground, they're super loud. I mean, they can get up to 40, 50, 60 decibels. This one at its height is 36 decibels. If you have it on its lowest, it's 22 decibels. So you could be having it in your room as you sleep with 22 decibels and barely hear anything. It wouldn't even keep a baby awake, to be honest. It'd probably relax them. So super cool design there. So thankful that all that was put into the design. So yeah, super excited about that. Now, it does move 27 feet per second of air. Now, what does that mean? Right? Because that's kind of an arbitrary number, but in more understandable units, it's 18 miles per hour that is pushing wind. So that's pretty respectable in the oscillating fan, bladeless fan market, because a lot of times what happens is you lose that because of the space-saving design. And what Antarctic Star has done is they've kept really space-saving design, but they haven't, really gone down in the amount of air that it pushes through the fan. So really gonna help you if you have a nice sized room, and yeah, so just fantastic. Fantastic there. Now, it does have those 4 different modes, right? So you have the normal, the natural, the sleep, and then the auto, right? We went over those when I was going through those different settings. So super cool to have those different 4 modes where you can just kind of set it and forget it. And then, really effortless to clean, as I showed you, right? It's very easy to take that back panel off and you can wash that, you can vacuum off those blades. Just super easy to clean, opposed to, taking apart another fan, right? I mean, it's just super easy to clean. So let's go over our pros and cons, okay? The first thing I love, quiet operation, right? Quiet operation. I mean, it runs at a whisper quiet 36 decibels, which is fantastic. It can go down to 22 decibels, making it perfect for sleeping or working, right? If you're in a meeting, it's not gonna be really loud in the background, so you can actually stay cool in the meeting for those of us that work from home, and and still have a fan that's pushing on you. So it's fantastic there. Safe bladeless design, right? So for us and for those that have children, I know if you do and you have like a fan that kind of sits on the ground, you know they can put their little fingers in there, right? And it could really hurt their fingers, where this, there's no way. Like there's no chance for them to get in there to really hurt their fingers. So super awesome with that narrow grill. The space saving, right? It's just the space saving design with 36 inches tall, 12.28 inches in width, and then also in depth. Just a fantastic design for space saving design. Convenient features, right? It comes with remote control, 3 speed settings, and that smooth oscillating for easy adjustments. And then super easy maintenance. There's no internal filters to wash, and the outside is very easy to wipe down. It's easy to take that back panel off and just kind of vacuum in there. So just super easy maintenance on this guy. All right, so let's go over the cons, okay? The things that I kind of wish would change. So it is only 90 degrees in how it oscillates. So, if you're wanting to reach the whole room, it'd be better if it had a little bit bigger of a swing, in terms of the degrees. But 90 is still respectable, so not a huge deal. The other thing is the base. So the base is plastic, and we have a really tall tower heater, and I have 4 kids, 2 of them are boys, right? So they're inevitably gonna push it over, and it does pose that risk of breaking that plastic, right? And so there is that side of it. However, on this one, when you turn the base, it does click and this little white tab comes down. So this might be a little bit sturdier, but I just wish there was a way to create some kind of product where it was just a little bit stronger of material for that base, whether it be metal, whether it be aluminum, whatever it is, that would make it so, it could last, a lot longer when you have kids that are gonna probably push it over. The only other thing is I wish that was like Wi-Fi enabled, right? I'd love to be able to turn it on if I'm out, with my kids and we feel it getting hotter and harder. I'd love to just be able to go to my phone and kind of turn it on. That would be a really cool feature. But outside of that, just a fantastic product. I hope you really enjoyed this video. We're gonna buy more of these just because they're so quiet and they work so well. 18-mile-per-hour wind. But thank you so much for watching. Again, we do really do appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm always surprised by the amount of people that watch my videos that aren't subscribed, and it really costs you nothing, and you can know when we come out with other videos. So if you did enjoy this, please do subscribe, and look down below for some affiliate links. That's another way that you can really help our channel. If you're interested in purchasing this product, that's another way that you can really help the channel. But thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one.